CEOs all the time will say, how do I get noticed? How do I get aware? And would you ever consider a radio show to be an inbound marketing strategy? People don't think about it, but yet here it is. And and John, you're very successful doing it. And to your point, that's been driving leads. That's been driving awareness for you, which ultimately drives inbound conversation. Let's get back to the regulatory side of this, if you don't mind, because I don't want to run out of time and not address this issue.
Sorry.
Because talk to us a little bit about how that works. Because for other people out there who are watching, they say, okay, yeah, sure, but give me something concrete. Give me something that says, okay, here's what I could do if I'm in the financial industry or if I'm in the medical industry. Pick a case study and tell us a little bit about how they can break through that sort of, I don't want to say glass ceiling, it's almost like a glass wall.
Right. So let me talk a little bit about generally, and then we'll talk about a case study. So the first thing that we want to do is make sure that the organization has their ducks in a row, to use that phrase. And that means they want to have a good employee policy in place around social media. They want to communicate that policy, and then they want to make sure they have a good escalation policy in place if there's an issue on social media, and that the employees understand how to use it and what they can say and what they can't. Because the biggest risk, and the reason I raise that, is the biggest risk for these organizations is not necessarily a complaint, though a lot of executives worry about that. In the health space, that's not a big issue. In the financial services, it's a little more of an issue. But the biggest issue tends to be a sort of thought to be funny or benign comment from an employee that goes out, particularly on Twitter, and ends up causing significant problems for the organization. And so helping employees understand what the risks are around social media, helping them understand what they can and can't do, that's really the first place that we focus. And then for the case study, and we do a lot of work for a regional healthcare provider, for example, and so what we've done is help them understand where they really bump up. And so it's all about the content design for us. We don't get into, obviously, managing patient case issues. We don't get into recommending various healthcare strategies and so forth. It's really about providing general information to their customers and their patients in that space, and then managing the rest offline and showing the organization how to do that successfully.